Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to explain about the concurrent process. In my previous video I explained about this thing, which is the process, procedures and the history. Now let's understand what is the concurrent processes. Okay, now let's start the video. So generally, what is concurrent process? Concurrent process is nothing but to complete a particular task at the same time, at some time or particular same time, to complete the work. Multiple tasks or the multiple works which can be completed at the same time. Okay, that is known as a concurrent process. As so no, in the previous video when I am explaining about classification of process also, I explained about this concurrent process. Concurrent process play a pivotal role in modeling and managing the systems. As so now, it will be playing the pivotal role in the modeling and managing the things and managing the systems or the things, where multiple tasks or the actions occur simultaneously. So multiple tasks or multiple events will be performing simultaneously, means at the same time, at the one unique time, all the multiple tasks or the activities will be performing. So that is the one. So these processes enable the representation of dynamic and concurrent behavior within complex systems, allowing for effective handling of parallel activities and the interactions. So it will be in the form of a parallel activities, and the interaction means after completion of the one level it goes to other level, and after completion of that level it goes to other level. So like it will be allowing like a parallel activities, and it will be interacting with the one on other. Yes or no? And it will be executing simultaneously the activities or the actions or the tasks which are there. It will be executing simultaneously. This is nothing but the concurrent process. So concurrent process is nothing but, to say simply, multiple tasks occur at the same time. Okay, this is nothing but the concurrent process. Now let's understand what is the definition and the characteristics. So which I said before only, the definition, which is nothing but the multiple tasks or the actions which will be executing simultaneously. Okay, simply. Now let's see what are the characteristics which are involved in this concurrent process. So they are parallel execution. So this is also I said before only. So it will be executing parallelly. After completing of one level, it goes to the next level. So yeah, in this also I explained now in the class when I am explaining the classification. So this is the one level, and after completion of this level, and it goes to the operating system, then the CPU. So it will be going in the form of a parallel. So it's a parallel execution. After completion of this, it goes to next step. After completion of this, it will goes to next step. So it is in the form of a parallel execution. Yes or no? So that only they are saying here. So why they are using this parallel execution? To improve the system performance, to increase their or to improve their performance, and resource utilization, to resource the utilization. So sorry, to resource the to use the resources. Okay, to utilize the resources and to improve the performance. So because of these things, they will be using the parallel execution, so that no confusion. After completion of one thing, they go to the next. It will be in the clarity and the simple way. Yes. Next, independent. What is meant by independent? No interaction between the activities. So from one level to another level, let's suppose this example only will be taking. So suppose we have Word and web browser, email. So this is one form of thing, and this is one task. This is one task. This is one task, and this is another task. So there will be no interaction between the two activities. This is one activity which is Word, and web browser. There will be no interaction between these two. The interaction will be between the Word and the operating system, but there will be no interaction between the events or the actions. Okay, that is nothing but this. There will be independent. There will be no interaction between the activities. Next, concurrency control. What is concurrency control? So you know about the deadlocks. They will be avoiding the deadlocks. So concurrency control means like synchronization, primitives, mutual exclusion, and deadlock avoidance. So they will be using these three things. and these are the like mechanisms. This is nothing but the concurrency control. Next is scalability. What is the scalability means? So effectively utilizing the resources, they will be effectively using the resources and handling increasing workloads. So if the huge amount of work if we give to the one person, he cannot do. So that the manager will be dividing the work equally and giving the work to different people. So if you have huge amount of work, so they will be dividing the work into some parts and they will be giving the each part to each person. So simply in that way, so you have huge amount of work, they will be distributing the task across the multiple nodes or the processes. So we'll be having the, which we seen in the previous example, like email, web browser, and word. So these are the different activities. So we'll be dividing the work individually, independently. So the division of work will be working for the same organization. Okay, టేక్ లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సపోజ్ మనకు కంపెనీ ఉంది. సో కంపెనీలో చాలా డిఫరెంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఉంటారు. సో ఒకటే కంపెనీ మీద వర్క్ చేస్తారు, బట్ డిఫరెంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్. ఒక డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఒక వర్క్ చేస్తాడు, ఇంకో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఇంకో వర్క్ చేస్తాడు, ఇంకో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఇంకో వర్క్ చేస్తాడు, బట్ all these departments will be working for the one same company. Yes or no? They will be distributing the work into each department so that each department will be వర్కింగ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్లీ. ఒక డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి ఇంకో డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి లింక్ అనేది ఉండదు, ఇంటరాక్షన్ అనేది ఉండదు. దే విల్ బి ఇండిపెండెంట్. సో ఐ థింక్ దిస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ విల్ బి మోర్ ఈజీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ కాన్సెప్ట్. Okay, this is nothing but the scalability. Okay, now let's see what is a representation, how to represent this concurrent process. Okay, concurrency model and concurrency control mechanisms and concurrency diagrams. So in this concurrency model, they will be having some behavior, or we can say the properties of the concurrency process, and enable the reasoning. So what is the problem for that, how to solve that problem how to solve that, and about their properties and the interaction, how the properties are there and how they will be interacting with the two entities. That is known as a concurrency model. Next one is concurrency control mechanism. So it will be including the locks or deadlocks, which I said, and monitors and message passing are used to manage and coordinate concurrent activities. So these are the things which are included in the concurrency control. So they will be avoiding the deadlocks. So they will be avoiding the deadlocks which are occurred. Okay, and they will be ensuring the proper synchronization. Okay, this is nothing but the concurrency control mechanism. What is the concurrency diagrams? So in this concurrency diagram, the representation will be in the form of a diagrammatic representations. Like it will be in the form of a sequence diagrams. Why? Because they will be in the form of a parallel way, like a flow chart, or the sequence way they will be representing the diagrams, or will be having some like activity diagrams, state charts, can virtualize the flow of the concurrency process. Why? Because this concurrency process will be in the form of a parallel system, so that we can represent it in the form of a flow charts or the activity diagrams which we have, and sequence diagrams. So this will be in the form of a flow charts. After completion of one level to it goes to the next level. So in this way we can represent this concurrency. Yes or no? So why we have to represent it in this diagrammatical representation? Because so we'll be having the complex patterns. So to understand this complex patterns, if we represent this thing in the form of a diagrammatic form, you can understand more clearly than explaining in the theory. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఇప్పుడు మనం థియరీలో చెప్తే మనకి కొంచెం కష్టంగా ఉంటుంది. అదే మనం డయాగ్రామ్ వేసి చూపిస్తే వాళ్ళకి ఇంకా క్లియర్గా అర్థమవుతుంది. అవునా కాదా? అదే అంటున్నారు ఇక్కడ. So these are the representation of the concurrency process. Next, what are the applications? So parallel and distributing computing. Before only said. So this will follow the parallel system, or parallel task will be performing. It will be executing in the form of a parallel. Multiple tasks will be performing level by level, and the huge amount of workloads will be divided and giving the each piece to each person. So that is a distribution computing, a real-time system. So the ability of this real-time systems is nothing but to handle the concurrent events. Means concurrent events means like multiple tasks will be performing at the same interval of time. So it can handle like this system, so like these events which are happening, it can handle this thing very easily. So this is known as a real time systems. Next one is networking and communication. To interact the network, the link between from one entity to other entity, and to communicate with one event to the other event. Okay. And even the concurrency in the software system, because we can implement the concurrency programming paradigms. So what are the concurrency programming paradigms? Like multi-threading. So we can see the multi-threading where multiple threads will be performing at the same duration of time. So same concept here also. So asynchronous processing, event driven architecture. So these things will be included in the concurrent programming paradigms. Yes or no? Yes, these are the applications which are involved in the concurrent process. Now let's see what are the challenges. So yeah, these are the challenges, which is synchronization, deadlock, and performance overhead. So it requires a careful synchronization because to prevent the data corruption. So if huge amount of data will be performing in the same duration, same time, so the data corruption may occur. So we have to prevent this data corruption. So we have to be very careful when we are using with the synchronization. So what is the synchronization? Like multiple tasks will be synchronized at the same time. So if multiple tasks will be synchronized in the same time, so the data corruption may occur. So we have to prevent this data corruption and ensure the concurrency. What is the concurrency? For the correct results. అంటే మల్టిపుల్ టాస్క్ ఒకటేసారి పర్ఫామ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనకి ఒక రిజల్ట్ ఇంకో దానికి ఇవ్వడం కానీ ఇంకో రిజల్ట్ ఇంకో దానికి ఇవ్వడం కానీ వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని కూడా రాకుండా చూసుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే కాంకరెన్సీ కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్స్ అనేవి మనం ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే మల్టిపుల్ టాస్క్ ఒకటేసారి వర్క్ అవుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి మనకి అట్లాంటి ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట ఎక్కువ. ఓకేనా? సో మనం దీన్ని ఎట్లా సాల్వ్ చేస్తాం? వి హావ్ టు డిజైన్. సో అది అన్నారు ఇక్కడ కాంకరెన్సీ డయాగ్రామ్ అన్నారు. సో మనం అట్లా డయాగ్రామటికల్ వేలో రిప్రజెంట్ చేసి వి కెన్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ద కాంకరెన్సీ అండ్ ఈ కరప్షన్ ని కూడా రెడ్యూస్ చేయొచ్చు. సో ఇది మనం కేర్ఫుల్ గా చూసుకోవాలి. నెక్స్ట్ డెడ్ లాక్స్ విచ్ ఐ సెడ్ బిఫోర్ ఓన్లీ. Process will be blocked due to the circular dependencies and race correct conditions. So we have to how to resolve this thing, this problem. So first we have to detect when the deadlock occurred and we have to resolve that problem. First we have to understand where the problem occurred. After understanding the problem, we have to resolve. We have to try to resolve that deadlock. So in this way we can resolve this problem challenge. So even we have a performance overhead, means it can be due to increased context switching. So we'll be using the multiple tasks, so we'll be having a multiple information. So sometimes switching of the context also will be there. Sometimes switching of information, so okay information unko daniki వెళ్ళడం. So అట్లాంటి ఛాన్సెస్ కూడా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. సో కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఓవర్ హెడ్ కానీ సింక్రొనైజ్ కాస్ట్ కానీ, సో ఇవి కూడా we have to reduce. This is also performance overhead. So how to resolve this problem? Optimizing the concurrency and minimizing the overhead as crucial for achieving the optimal performance in the concurrent system. So we have to perform the optimal performance in the concurrent system. When we are working with the concurrent system, we have to see the performance also, so that because multiple tasks will be performing at the same time, so we can get the error. Okay, we have to be very careful. So these are the challenges which comes under the concurrent process. So next let's see what is the significance. Modeling complexity. So why modeling complexity? Because multiple users will be accessing, so we have multiple tasks, so that multiple tasks will be performing on the one operating system, so that the complexity also increases. అంటే ఒక టాస్క్ మీద వర్క్ చేయడం వేరు, బట్ మల్టిపుల్ టాస్క్ ఒకటే సిస్టమ్ లో ఒకటే ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ లో వర్క్ చేయడం డిఫరెంట్. సో అప్పుడు కాంప్లెక్సిటీ అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో దట్ థింగ్. అండ్ ఇంప్రూవ్డ్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్. సో మన పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ కూడా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయాలి, విచ్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ ద బిఫోర్ ఓన్లీ. ఎన్హాన్స్ ద ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ, అంటే ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ కూడా ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయాలి, సో దట్ we can mold how much we want according to the situation, according to the condition. We can use how we want, we can change. So a flexibility అనేది ప్రొవైడ్ చేయాలి. And support for the advanced application, so it can even support for the advanced applications also. and even the flexibility also there, and it should improve the performance and the modeling complexity. And that's it for this video, and this is about this concurrent process, and it's very easy. Don't think that it is very hard. Why? Because it's so lengthy. So if you understand this each and every point, it is very easy to understand. So which I am repeating in every video, first understand the concept, then remember this side heading so that you can write the theory by your own. Okay, I think that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. Let's meet in next video.